Well, Nick Francona, that's Indians manager Terry Francona's son, is making headlines for a column he wrote in GQ magazine. In it, he says that changing the Indians' name is just the start. He shoots down the idea that the push to pick a new name is coming from a small group of social justice warriors, but something Native Americans have wanted for decades. He called the team out for doing nothing about fan taunting toward Native Americans. He also wrote that they should consider transferring ownership of the Chief Wahoo trademark to a nonprofit like Not Your Mascots. That group raises awareness about the harmful effects of Native American children on sporting teams appropriating their names and symbols.